Hello everyone. I am in the middle of getting ready to go out, so that's why my hair is curled. Don't worry, I don't look like this every day. I don't look this fabulous every day. In fact, I'm still in the middle of doing my makeup. So the reason for today's live video is the topic that you see there, which is stop being so selfish. And the reason why I'm talking about that today is for a few reasons. One is because my business coach said that to me, and so I'm going to say that to you. And two, because it really kind of just spoke to me in some of the conversations that I'm having with people. And so we were working on talking about that. And so I thought usually the things that kind of arise in my training, hi Amanda, are the things that I know I need to talk about. So I just thought, what do I have to share with people today? And it was kind of funny because I hated it when my business coach said it. I was like, oh man, stop calling me out on things. It's not nice. You're not nice. She's like, I know I'm a mean coach. And so let me kind of be a mean coach today to you. So basically, as the story went in my coaching, it was, Donna, do you care about your customers? Do you care about your builders? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, have you met me in the last 5 years? Do you see how much I'm caring about them? She's like, yeah, you care, but do you care all the way? And I was like, yeah, what do you mean? And she said, listen, I know your strengths. I know your adaptability, which in her mind can often be a weakness. But I hate to do things that are boring. As an adaptability person, I like to jump from one thing to another thing. And as somebody who loves structure, you hate being free. You have to have things that are like on your list. And, you know, somebody who's disciplined, you don't like this idea of just spontaneity. And yet that's a big thing in our business. And so one of the things that she said was, Donna, you don't like to do things that are boring, and that's kind of selfish. And I was like, why? She's like, because if you really cared about your customers, if you really cared about these new builders that you're bringing on, you would do the things that are uncomfortable because you believe in them, because you care about them. You'll do the things you don't want to do in order to serve them to their greatest potential. Do you want them to succeed? Because your job really is for them to succeed. It's not for you to succeed. You do that automatically. That's a no-brainer. That's a given. Your job is to help them succeed. Your job is to help them in their financial freedom. Your job is to help them in their health. And so talking about customers, one of the things I hate doing is following up. And one of the things I know will probably help is me putting something down on paper or finding somebody that can help me. And so one of the best things I did for me was hire an assistant, but I couldn't do that in the beginning when I was first going for Diamond. I had to do everything on my own. And I didn't utilize my husband's assistant. Some of you don't have partners, and so we'll talk about that, but he loves helping me. He loves supporting me, and I can ask him to do things, but I have to ask him to do things that light him up, not that light me up. And he can't be my personal assistant either. And so I capitalize on his strengths, and I use my gift of communication in order to do that. But one of the things that she had said was, Donna, let's just say that you have this 10 scale, where you have an optimal energy of 10. So 10 is the most optimal energy that you will have. And the things that you do in a day that light you up will bring you up to that 10. It's like 7, oh my gosh, I'm meeting a new person. And 8, oh my gosh, I just won them over and they're like enrolling. 9, I have this great idea and I'm gonna activate that, right? So using my strengths puts me up into that 10 category. But sitting down and like having to do training, that's like, okay, goes from 10 to maybe 8 to 7.5. Having to memorize scripts, okay, that's so boring. Okay, well, that brings me down to a 6. Having to do the same kinds of calls and role playing with people, okay, that's 5 maybe. So I'm going down, and then in the rest of the day, I have to find things that light me up. And so I have to go meet somebody new. I have to put that idea that I wanted out there. I have to come onto Journey of Diamond because this, or Journey to Diamond, this lights me up being here because it's different. It's a change. Eventually you might not see me here as often. I don't know. That's how I roll, right? But right now it's new and exciting, and you guys are totally like feeding me with all of your showing up the way that you are. But there's going to come a time where you're not going to want to show up either. But I promise you, if you and I stick together on this really is doing it as a business. And then, sometimes it'll bring us down. The same things that used to light us up will bring us down. It's like, when you first date your partner, it's like, at first everything they do lights you up. And then after a while, it's like, oh my gosh, everything you do annoys me. Get out of my face. So that's the thing. So training, find out what it is within your leadership that actually helps you rise. And the things that the leadership that you're having a hard time with, take that and move forward in it anyways. Because you're not here for you guys. You're here for your customer. Are you going to get a bonus? Like I said, yes. It automatically happens when you succeed. The more other-centered you are, the more you succeed. Don't you see? This has nothing to do with you trying so hard for you to get paid, or for you to have a freedom, or for you to have time freedom, residual income. You don't even have to think about that. If you just thought about your customers, if you just thought about doing the training to recruit people and bring them into your team, taking care of them, and studying these scripts that I gave you in the training manual, that's how to take care of them. And if you're saying to me, somebody said to me today, yeah, I'm having a hard time inviting people. And I'm like, well, do you have the training manual? Yeah. Are you doing it? Yeah. Okay, well, let's run through it. And we run through it, and they realize that they don't do the training manual. And that's okay. That's my job as a coach. So let's talk about coaching, shall we? If you are getting off the phone and they're not doing what you want them to do, and you find yourself getting frustrated, guess what? They feel that. If they are not getting off the phone feeling empowered, if they're not getting off the phone feeling like they can take on the world, then you are not doing your job as a coach. And hello, Nadia. You are not doing your job as a coach. You have to get them off the phone feeling empowered. That's why we talk about these strengths, so that you can help them see the things inside of them that's always been there, that maybe they once thought were negative, that maybe they once thought were weaknesses. You can help them see that this is a strength. And if you don't know how to do that as a leader, then you're not doing your job. And so that's the things that you're like, well, that's boring, and that takes time, and that takes money, takes investment. Do it anyways, because if you don't, then you're not doing your job as a coach. You're not doing your job as a leader, and maybe it's time to give them to somebody else. Because your job is to make people feel fantastic. Your job is to make them feel like they light up the world. Your job is to make them feel like nobody else's business. That everything they do is just amazing. Please do that for your team. Hi, Tamara. Because you're going to benefit from it. The more you give, the more you get. And that's the name of this business. It's not about you. You get the side effect. You are a side effect, okay? Time freedom that I have and residual income that I have is a side effect of taking care of people to the best of my ability. It's all the training that I invested. It's all the money that I invested. It's the celebrations. It's the money I poured into celebrations. It's the money I poured into getting my team to every event that I can think of. It's the investment that I made to getting my team to convention, to getting to my team to, we're having a Presidential Diamond Day that you need to be at on June 3rd, I think it is. And June 2nd, there's a product training. Get your people there, pay for them, do their babysitting. You don't need to be there, send them. That's the side effect. The side effect of that, is when you get residual income and time freedom. So if you're having a struggle in whatever area, you're not getting people in classes, then do everything you can to work on that skill. Don't just say, well, I'll just try harder, because you've heard me say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if you're out there and you're like, well, I'm inviting, I keep inviting, but nobody's showing up, then change it up and do something different. So I'm learning that I have to do uncomfortable things, and it sucks. But the people that are on my team, you're worth the sacrifice. The people who are on my team, the new people especially who are on my team, they're worth every bit of energy that I've got. And then I also have to do the things that light me up so that I can then do the things that don't light me up. It's like a give and take, right? It's like it actually serves you to do the things that light me up, like meditation, like exercise, like the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It serves my builders more when I do the Lifelong Vitality Pack than when I do the Lifelong Vitality Pack, because I'm helping them succeed. I'm helping them be the best, the greatest that they've ever seen in themselves. That's my job, you guys, and that's yours. So I hope this helped for today. I hope this gave you a little kick in the butt like it did me. And your team is going to be amazing because you put in the work, because you put in the effort. And if you don't feel the energy, get on that Lifelong Vitality Pack, get on that vitamin D. Go and do the things that you know that you need to do in order to show up for them, because that's your job. I love you. And you've got it. You've got everything inside you. You already have it. And so this is really just about you showing up to you so that you can show up to them. Ciao.